Hey, everybody, welcome to episode number 2 with Shamanic, Priest, Emily, and Jen. And we may be getting joined by Tommy Scoville at some point as well. Now, I know today for people all over the world, I've been watching the Trump inauguration speech. Me and Jen have watched it twice. And there's so many takeaways, but I'm delighted that Candace Owens has got a channel remonetized by YouTube, and that is a possible sign that things are going to change, not just on X and Rumble and all these other freedom of speech places, but now that's going to go widespread because Trump is saying there's going to be consequences if these platforms penalize creators like they have done historically. So that's a huge relief to me. But first of all, thank you, Emily and Jen, for coming in and doing an episode 2.
The pleasure's all yours. So no, you should have seen it. Like everyone watching, you should have seen Sean's face when they were talking about freedom of speech. I've never seen such a happy child in my life. So he he was like, "Yeah, there's one for the team." And also when it was drill, baby drill. I mean, that whole speech was humorous at most, wasn't it? But I do think we are heading for unity consciousness collectively. I think this is a real good move, and I'm excited about Trump being in power. I don't know. I'm not an American, obviously, but how do the Americans feel about this? Please say in the chat, because I think
they care more about your haircut, apparently, Jen. Tracy Ray, Jen, your haircut looks stunning.
I would agree. Doesn't she look like
absolutely?
It's the extensions are out for a few days, and I've gone all natural. It's about the only thing natural on me. So it's natural for a few days. But thank you so much. But enough about my hair, more about Trump.
Yes. You know, it's so interesting that I would agree with Jen. You know, I feel like this has happened exactly as it was meant to happen. When I was sensing into this, it's like, this is exactly what was meant to happen. Trump and Elon were meant to come together. They're meant to pave the way for this next kind of stage of humanity. We really need these strong figureheads to bring us into this next phase, which, you know, I feel like with the previous administration, the word I want to use is wishy-washy, and it wasn't actually igniting anything within any of us. And what I've been really sensing is this whole energy of like authority. Like we need strong authority figures to bring our own inner authority, and that's what I've been really sensing. So I'm so intrigued to see what's going to happen moving forward, especially with the whole freedom of speech. I think it's actually really exciting.
No, that's fantastic, and that's following obviously what happened with TikTok yesterday, which disappeared into thin air, and then it reappeared obviously in the evening. So I mean, Emily, is that going to happen again?
Well, good question. I haven't actually sensed into that, whether it's going to happen again. Let me just take a moment just to sense into that for a moment. Will it happen again? My sense is that it's not going to happen again, but I don't feel like it's going to be a smooth road. And actually, I've been sensing this about Trump as well in general. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a bumpy road, kind of like on the way up to the mountain. And similar with this whole TikTok thing, I do feel like, I don't know, as I said, it's paving the way. And I mentioned this last week, all the energy that's happened, it's only the 20th of January. There's been so much wild energy with like the fires, with Trump, with TikTok. I feel like this is, again, paving the way forward, but we are moving up the mountain. I do feel like we are moving up to a peak, but it's not going to be a smooth, if you think about climbing a mountain, right, Jen, it's not always smooth, but I do feel like the view will be nice at the top. So we can hope. we can hope.
A huge thing, Emily, has been, you know, all these people they call collateral damage, women and kids, you know, the military industrial complex bombing some of the poorest people in the world. All these people in Ukraine have been blood sacrificed so oligarchs and the Biden crime family could carve the country up. Trump said he's going to stop that. We've seen the ceasefire with Israel and Palestine. Do you think this bombing of people at the hands of the military industrial complex is going to stop? Because one of the things that Trump said is our military is going to go back to defending America, not fighting other people's wars. And I think that is probably one of the most important things on people's minds when you've got all these people dying all over the world.
Yeah, what a great question. And my sense is that not straight away. I do believe his intentions are good with that. But what I'm being shown is that it's almost like there's going to be this little dip. I keep getting shown this energy of like dips, of like we're moving up, but things might dip for a moment and then come up, dip and come up. I do feel like that won't stop straight away. Like the wheels are already in motion. But I do sense that the intention behind that is good, and there will come a point where the air is clearer and there's a sense of space and a deeper sense of unity. But I do feel like that it's going to take a little bit of time, to be completely honest with you. Yeah.
Yeah, and for people who are watching, who are in the chat, please get your questions in for Emily. We will start to gather those. And what range of questions are you taking?
Right, we've got an idea for a bit of a format this evening. So we're going to do a bit of mix, obviously chuck your Trump in there, but Emily is also going to be doing one-to-one readings in between. Obviously, we have Tommy joining us at some point this evening. So we're going to mix it up a bit. We're just going to go with the flow of it. So if you do want a personal reading with Emily, please chuck it in the chat. I'm going to star it. And then, yeah, any questions sort of surrounding the inauguration or anything else, TikTok, you name it, chuck it in and we'll get them answered obviously this evening. And then we're going to end with, well, Sean, did you upload the music I asked you to upload earlier?
Oh my goodness, we've had a crazy week in this house. We've had an insane week.
Yeah,
Ziggy's been ill all week, up and down his temperature, in and out of hospital. We were in hospital till 2 a.m. last night. This is how this country's gone to the dogs. We sat there for hours. We've got this baby screaming, arching his back in pain, and they will come and arrest you in a heartbeat if you post something on Facebook or Twitter, but they cannot have the resources to see a sick baby. Keir Starmer needs to go, and I hope Trump and Elon get whatever they're planning to do with this government here and kick the whole corrupt bunch out and restore the NHS and spend money on the people instead of sending it to Ukraine so Raytheon can make billions. Absolute scummos.
Run over.
Ran over. So that was a no to your question. That was a no to your question, Jeff, I believe. So all good. We can we'll definitely do something at the end for you guys. Last week we did a meditation, which I think I know you all loved. So we want to give you something at the end. So like something, a really nice, beautiful, mindful practice that can make you feel really, really great. So yeah, make sure you watch till the end tonight for that.
Yeah, thanks for all the questions coming in. So the format for this show is, for the first half an hour or so, we're just going to talk about, the big news stories, and then we're going to focus really on the chat questions coming in and go in that direction for the remaining 90 minutes. So the other big story, you've touched on TikTok, and when I was speaking to my parents, they were anti-war, back from the Vietnam era and all that kind of stuff, and they were saying that TikTok, because they were showing the consequences of these bombs, burning up little kids and babies around the world and stuff like that. And because it was in the hands of the Chinese, it was something that the US government, that the military industrial complex couldn't control. And it's embarrassed the Biden crime family. And, Biden was flipping the bird to these people by snidely doing that at the last minute. But it looks like, Trump's already squashed that, which is good.
Was there a question there, Sean? Sorry, I'm waiting for it.
No, we're supposed to, I thought for the first 30 minutes. The first 30 minutes.
You can see the
I said we were going to discuss the news stories for the first 30 minutes.
We were waiting for that. You know what I would love to talk about is Elon, because I really had the sense that I needed to kind of talk about Elon with you guys tonight. And actually, I channeled something really interesting earlier, and I actually made some notes, and I want to share it with you all. And I shared it with Jen earlier, but I want to share it again with you all. I've got it here. So when I was tuning into Elon earlier, this came through that we need to listen very carefully to what he's saying, that he is channeling directly from like higher realms and spirit, right? And Elon is here to bring humanity to that next level. I mentioned earlier about this mountain, that he has been brought onto this earth for a reason. I have a sense that maybe he is aware that he's connected like that. Whether he's actively trying to connect to higher realms, I don't know, but I feel like he's aware of it, and he is here to help us climb to that next peak. And yeah, the words he's using, he's actually channeling directly, which I thought was really, really fascinating. And also it makes sense, you know, this man is so smart. He has fingers in so many pies. Like, how is one man able to do all that, right? So I think that's really interesting, and it's made me already think, right, I need to really listen carefully. I want to go back and listen to him on podcasts and Joe Rogan, and to be like, right, what's going on? So I'd love to know your take on that. Does that surprise you or no?
I mean, this year, I do feel everyone will have a voice. The truth will prevail, as they do say, for 2025. And with this administration, it's more high-tech, peaceful, political front, which favours free speech. So it's all win, 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 win. But I'm sure as Ryan Dawson's due on the show tomorrow, he will completely squash what I say and will annihilate it and say there is some sort of second agenda, there is some sort of movement going on behind this, and we're not seeing the real picture. It's all one large distraction from what's really going on. But I don't know. I've got this funky feeling, Emily, and this is where I wanted to go to you for, is will Trump finish the 4 years unharmed? I think everyone kind of want to know that question. Is there going to be another attempt on his life?
Such a great question. I definitely think there will be attempts on his life. I think there will be multiple attempts on his life. I think a lot of it will go unreported. This whole talk about censorship, yes, free speech, but there's still going to be a lot censored from us. I do sense that he'll definitely finish, but again, I keep getting this kind of like up and down energy. It's almost like, I don't know, I have this sense that by the end of the 4 years he will be, I don't know, I have the sense he'll be a bit of a shell of a man, and that's kind of the words that are just coming directly from me now. I feel like he will last, but I feel like even he will be like, right, that is it. Which is quite a surprise to me, because I feel like he's so, you know, gone home.
Look at the before and after pictures.
Yeah, I was going to say this.
Yes, yeah. So true. So true.
Like they look 10 years older after 4 years. It honestly, it's like it halves their life. It must be it is the most stressful job.
Completely.
Sorry, it is the most stressful job in the world.
The numbers that are coming to me, and I don't know if this is a lot, but I reckon there'll be about 8 to 10 attempts on his life in varying forms. But I feel like maybe we might be aware of just maybe 2 of them. They're the numbers that are coming to me, and maybe that happens all the time, but that felt important to share. But I feel like he has this like strong core inside of him. Again, like, this is all part of the plan. Him coming in now is all part of the plan. Elon working with him is all part of the plan. And he's come in with this very, very strong energy center inside of him that can withstand so much, you know, so much. So he is such a strong man. He's so tunnel visioned, but that comes from his energetic center. So I feel like he will kind of weather the storms of the next 4 years, but I sense that even for him, after 4 years, he'll be ready. He'll be ready to move on. So we'll see what happens.
Right, I'm going to knock in with a question now from Phoebe Celo. So, are the Simpsons' prediction for 2025 actually true? Do we need to prep for another disaster? Thanks for your help. Now, obviously, the Simpsons series have raised. Well, I don't know. Is it the predictions into the future with the Simpsons? I don't know how they kept getting things like hitting the nail on the head there. Sean, I don't know whether he's watched The Simpsons in his life. I can't probably say he has or not. No, there we go. But they seem It's Matt Groening who created The Simpsons, and yeah, they seem to predict certain situations that have happened throughout America's history. So I don't know, though, to answer to that question, I don't know what was predicted for 2025. So if someone in the chat could actually put something there, because I'm really curious now. But what was the prediction for 2025 with The Simpsons?
I don't know either, actually, but I reckon they definitely worked with psychics 100%. The amount of people who work with psychics but don't actually, like, you know, outwardly share that, I think 100% they work with psychics to predict certain things that they wrote into the show. I don't sense another disaster. Depends what you mean by disaster, I suppose, right? But it will be a big year to shake us up. You know, as I mentioned last week, 2020 was a big year to shake us up. There will be lots of these, like, as I mentioned, peaks and troughs this year. But to bring us into this sense of inner authority, we need to come into the sense of feeling stronger within ourselves, finding our truth within ourselves, and actually really taking hold and stepping into the power within ourselves. I just feel that more than ever. A year for taking back our power collectively and individually. And sometimes we need things to shock us, like the fires or even TikTok, for example, to make that happen. So I sense more energies like what we've had already in the last 20 days, 100%.
Now, I've just seen this word flash up in the chat. Is Elon Musk a time traveler?
Wow. Wow. I mean, if he is, that would be fantastic. I mean, I don't sense that he is, but wouldn't that be amazing? But I definitely sense that he is tuned in energetically. He is tuned in. Oh, there we go. Trump predicted to die on Simpsons. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go.
Do you feel that's something that might happen in 2025?
I might. It's really interesting, because what's interesting about this, right, is polarity. This is something that's going to come up again a lot this year. It's really, I'm tempted just to say completely no, but I feel like it's going to be really hard to predict exactly, to point the finger on what will happen. I don't feel like he will die this year, but I feel like there will be times in the next 4 years where it will be close, and that's what's going to be really, really interesting. As I mentioned before, it's like these walls, these castle walls of these massive authority figures breaking down, and almost like armor needing to be stronger, armor having holes in it. That's just what I'm being shown, because I'm very visual when I tune it. So that's what I'm being shown, like armor with holes in. So it's almost like he needs to be really, really careful of his inner and outer circle. He needs to be really, really careful of his health. I sense his heart health, to be completely honest, which is completely separate to assassination attempts. I sense that he also needs to, heart health especially keeps coming through to me. And I sense that he just more like all of us, right? We all need to, this was coming through earlier, we all need to take really specific care of ourselves this year more than ever, because the more that we are not mindful with what we eat and who we spend time with our energy, the more our actual inner power can get leaked and actually drain our energy, drain our health. So that's really, really important for everyone to bear in mind this year more than ever.
Yeah. And we will talk, obviously, get into the energies, sort of the January energies. Obviously, we're in, to everyone who is a bit woo-woo out there, we are in a Mars retrograde until the 24th of Feb, which I keep saying to Sean when he is frustrated. There is a lot of frustration in the air at the moment. There's a lot of confusion. Everyone's feeling it. Everyone's feeling the real pull of emotion at the moment and struggle. Although when you look at it, half of it is just within yourself. It's not an outer struggle. It's more an inner struggle at the moment, isn't it?
And everything is a mirror, right? Everything that you're feeling internally will be expressed externally and vice versa, and we feed off each other. And also today, especially with the Trump inauguration today, we have the sun conjunct with Pluto, which is all about death, rebirth, change and transformation. We'll go on to talk about this in a moment, but it's not a surprise that such a powerful conjunction in astrology has happened today with Trump coming into power. So yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit.
Did they time that for today?
I know.
That's
You
what I
know what?
thought. When I seen what was going on with the planets and saw the movements, I went, and they didn't know it was happening today, and they just happened to do the inauguration today, and I was like, is the inauguration always on the 20th of January? Please, I'd stand corrected if it is, but it's just really bizarre how it's all kicking off today on the day it sort of changes and goes into it. Right. The next one I'd love you to fill in on. I wrote some notes. Right. Now everyone's going to think I'm a bit batty in the comments. So, will Elon put the American flag on Mars, or will the aliens get in the way?
So the aliens get in the way of him going to Mars, or putting the American flag on Mars?
Going to Mars and putting the American flag there, like Elon so dreams.
Yeah, it's so interesting you bring up Mars, because that's been really on my mind today. And like that t-shirt that he was wearing constantly, Occupy Mars, Occupy Mars, that stuck in my head so clearly. And the fact that today is Mars retrograde, there's something about this. But again, well, okay, let me just sense into that for a moment. Will Elon, let me just ask, will Elon put the American flag on Mars?
And while you sense into it, I've just got a shout out to Danny Henderson in the chat, who, when I asked a question about Mars, she actually said that it's already occupied and Elon should leave it alone. But yeah, shout out to Danny in the chat there.
Well,
Danny's going the intergalactic conference, Jen.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to get tickets and go, and obviously extend the invite to Emily.
I would love to go.
Currently, it's here in the UK, somewhere down. I think Sean said Bournemouth, Plymouth, seaside somewhere soon. So Beverly's going. They're all going. So we'll have a hoo-ha up there, and we'll see plenty of people in the chat there.
A day out. My partner would love that too. A day out talking about aliens, delightful. Danny is completely right that Mars is already occupied 100%. I think I really admire Elon in his quest for Mars, but I do feel like it is beyond his remit, to be completely honest. I don't know if anyone can see that, but I keep seeing orbs flying across the screen. Just had to share that. That's the third time that's just happened, which is really interesting. I feel like there will be things energetically in the way of him getting there. I feel like that's not his sole purpose on this earth. I feel like he slightly got distracted. He slightly got off center of kilter, and there will be energetic roadblocks put in place by the universe to prevent that actually even happening. That's my sense on it in this moment right now. So it'll be interesting to see him really kind of fighting against that. But Danny's completely right. When I tuned in, Mars is 100% already occupied. And it has been for, well, a long time. Yeah.
Because I was saying to you backstage, it's almost, it was really bizarre in that speech that Trump was obviously saying he's going to, obviously supply all the oil drill, baby drill. And he's not going to push forward with electric cars, which obviously Tesla. But then he kind of took something of Elon's like a child, right? I said, it's like a child's problem. So he goes, right, no, Elon, you're not allowed your electric cars anymore. You're not allowed to play with them, but I'll give you Mars. You can go play with Mars. It's almost like he did that. It was really bizarre. What is in it then, really, for Elon?
What, Mars, you mean?
No, just with
in
Trump.
General.
Yes.
Trump.
With Trump.
With Trump. I sense with Elon, I think on the whole, his intentions are, I want to say intentions are good, but I think there's definitely, the problem is when you have that much brain smarts, when you have that much capability and you are a human being, there is always that little bit of gray area that you can slightly kind of get your ego inflated. And I feel like a lot of it is because of that. It gives him, I don't know, like satisfaction to be, I don't know, to be up there on the world stage. Like watching him up, I'm like, God, that's pretty impressive. I'm like, good on you, mate. Good on you. But I sense that there's, I don't know, I sense there's an element of this ego, but I also sense sometimes, you know how like some people, right, are brought together, souls are brought together. like in a romantic sense, let's say, you and Sean, etc., whatever. But I feel like it's the same with Elon and Trump, but in a slightly different way, not in a romantic way. But I feel like sometimes people are just drawn together to catalyze something in each other, to also catalyze something in us. And I feel that's why it's almost like it's like a moth to a flame. And it just, I don't know, it builds a sense of satisfaction in Elon. It's almost just like he just gets, I know, high off this kind of like adrenaline, like doing something first before anyone else has done it, just being hyper busy all the time. I just sense it just actually just makes him like a kid. I sense there's such a childlike kind of satisfaction in him, is what I really sense. So yeah.
So, right, so Patriot's perspective, can they take some politicians to prison on Mars? I wonder who he means. Are we on about Starmer here by any chance? So no. What is,
we used to send them to Australia, but now
you're going to send them to
Mars.
True story. True story. It'll be interesting to see Elon try. That's for sure. It'll be interesting to see him try. Absolutely. I feel like he'll try him in all his might. But yeah, sorry, Jen. What were you going to say?
No, I was just loving this call. Elon Musk has that little boyish charm about him. He does. But the thing is, him and Trump are both, they love a deal. They are both businessmen. So this is the relationship they have, and they get the job done. So yeah, kudos to that. So right, next one. What did you think about I don't know how far I can go with this. I'm very nervous, let's put it that way, about the end of diversity programs and to define 2 genders.
Oh, okay.
And Sean dipped straight out of that conversation.
Bye. Yeah. So say that again, Jen. I got too distracted by you saying that you were nervous.
So the end of the diversity program and the obviously when he defined the 2 genders in his speech, what are your feelings surrounding that?
Yeah, it's a real tough one. For me, I always just want to sense into his intentions. And that's what I always find interesting about Trump. It's like, what are your actual intentions? Is it like you just want power? Is it just you just want authority? I think it's many layers. I think it's what's coming to me is about popularity. There's something about him that just wants to be a savior. And I sense that around the whole TikTok thing. He wants to come in to be the savior of the people, right? Because again, it inflates his, I don't know, his sense of self. And that's nothing wrong with that. We all sometimes like to be a savior. We all like to be, the top dog or whatever. But what's really interesting for me is that popularity. I think and this is where the free speech comes into it, which is really interesting, because I was like, does he really want free speech? Does he really want it? And I think he does, because again, it's to do with this sense of popularity, of giving the people what he thinks they want. And in a sense, there's nothing wrong with that. And I just find it really fascinating. What's your take on it, Jem?
Yeah, it's too deep for me to even answer right now.
Yeah, it's a big one.
I was like,
it's a big one.
It made me feel very uncomfortable of what's to come.
Yeah,
there's all these brilliant movements, and I see obviously reform and change on certain broken systems. I see, all these magical changes, and then he just drops that, and I think, oh no, that's just gonna pee off a shed ton of people. And I don't know if it was really necessary. That's where I'll park that. My views are my views, and I'm not going to share them openly to the world. But yeah, I do feel it was very unnecessary to put that in there, and made me uncomfortable.
Bless you. Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier about polarity. Things aren't, it's easy when things are black and white, and we're always tempted as humans to want things to be black and white, whereas here with Trump, it's not black and white at all, as in like this is not to do with race at all. I'm talking in terms of like A to B, right? Like one side of the coin to the other side of the coin. And what I think the energy is really encouraging us to do is to move away from this polarity. Again, I channeled something earlier that I'd love to kind of share for a moment, and it was saying,
"This is an open space. It's only us two." And,
I know. I channeled
951 people watching, and yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Before you proceed, please like, share, subscribe, and please head over to Emily's channel and support what she's doing, because she's doing fabulous work, and we'll get into that later. But yes, Emily, please share.
Thank you, love. Yeah, no, I was kind of tuning into, well, actually I was tuning into some COVID stuff actually, but we can talk about that if that feels right. But what I feel really important to share, do you want me to read it out? It's a little bit about, and I feel like this is important for people. Yeah. So I just channeled this earlier, and when I channel, I just kind of get the direct words, and it's important that we need to connect deeper to what feels right within our own bodies and our own systems, because everyone is different and has different reasons. We need to get into a place when things aren't so polarized, so like one side, the other side. We are meant to have differing opinions on things, and everyone can be different but still be part of the whole. So it's really important that we start to come into a sense of acceptance and coming back to our own individual truth with everything. So I don't know how that resonates with you, Jen, but I just felt that was important to share that today.
100%. It's the year of truth, secrets being revealed, shifting personal frequencies as well. So it's all on the move, and that's exciting. So no, we've obviously we met up earlier for a coffee, and you talked about, right, and I forgot to jot it down, the word for it. You said there was something I had to remind you of, a certain word, and I made you spell it for me.
Oh, what was that about? What was it? What was it around?
And you said it was about the movement going on now, and you said it's really funny. It was like robust or something like that, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll remind you later. And you were like, it's really important, and it's completely mind parts with everything. The lack of sleep with Ziggy Video, it's just gone. But no, no. We have on the upcoming movements. Let's get into that then. So the new moon is heading into Aquarius, the beginning of next week. So let's talk through the movements of this week going into the new moon in Aquarius, please.
Yes. So as I mentioned earlier, I'll kind of start with right now and moving up until, I think, next Tuesday or Wednesday we have the new moon. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Jen. But as I mentioned, we have Sun moving into Sun conjunct with Pluto today. Just to caveat, I'm not an astrologer, but I always like to kind of feel into the energies of things. And very often when I sense into the energies, it's very directly connected to the astrology. But so this is a time, this week especially, it's an energy of like reintroduction. It's an energy where actually you might find that you want to start to reintroduce yourself to the world and be like, actually, I know I've lived like this for a certain amount of time, but actually now I want to share this version of myself with the world. I want to share this authentic part of me. Oh, yes, exactly right. Guardian of Galaxy says, yes, the planets at this moment, you sent me this, Jen, the planets are perfectly aligned. You know, like in Hercules, anyone will get this reference, Hercules, the Disney film, they said the planets are aligned when Hercules was born or something. It's so true. Literally, all the planets are aligning. So everything is kind of coming together. And I also feel like with this Mars retrograde, it's a sense where your emotions are going to be heightened. Your emotions are going to be tested, anxiety, aggravation. Also, you can clear out in time for the new moon, because as the moon was full last week when we met on Monday, and now the moon is getting darker in the sky. And as the moon gets darker, it's also known as waning. Basically, we're shedding. Okay, we're basically at a point where we want to shed anything that isn't us anymore. We want to shed anything that is like dead weight. And so as we get towards the new moon, it's going to be like, right, who is the truest, most authentic, even the wackiest, most eccentric version of you? And how can you share that with the world? So I'd love to know, are you sensing that, Jen? Have you sensed that?
100%. And this goes on to Misinformation's question. I really enjoyed this question. Is the planetary alignment on the 25th a good time to manifest, or is it a time to cut ties? How can we make the most out of it?
I love this question. Can you check for me, Jen? Is it definitely the new moon? Oh, I've got it here. Let me check. When the new moon is...
29th.
Wednesday, 29th. Yes.
Yeah.
So interesting that they've chosen the 25th. Technically, a new moon traditionally is a time to manifest. It's when the moon is darkest in the sky. So essentially, it's a time of like the fertile void where everything is dark, and from that place, something can grow. So I would say any time from the 25th. Or even the 26th, from Sunday up until Wednesday is a good time. They say like 3 days before the new moon and 3 days after is the perfect time to manifest. Oh, 29th, bless you. Yeah. So it's the perfect time to manifest. The way you can really make the most of this is on that 29th, 3 days before, 3 days after. Make sure you come into a place of stillness, of quiet, really get clear on what you want to bring into your life. And that's the way you can make the most of it. It's a time to really, get clear on what you want, and the energy will support you in bringing that towards you.
And definitely, I do feel until Mars comes out of retrograde on February 24th is the time to address underlying issues and tensions within and becoming more mindful as well, as what I wrote down in my notes. It's telling you to be real with yourself at the moment. So I really felt that energy. Sean's felt it. It's just a lot of things. Right. Question for the viewers. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel at this present moment that anything and everything is getting on your nerves. Right, the smallest of things. If anything and everything is going wrong at the moment, please put a 1 in the chat. It'd be interesting to know if everyone is sort of feeling the same sort of real tension in the air, this real, I don't know, it's a real stuck energy, and you just kind of want to force things forward, but you can't. Right, we've got mostly one, so yeah, they're
yes, there we go.
Apart from some of that, Matt, you lucky bugger. With Mars, it can stir up old feelings, unresolved family issues, and a deep longing for emotional security. So this is it's a reoccurring theme I'm seeing at the moment within, my peers, with friends and family. It's just what it is. And I've come to recognize that the spring equinox is when the stuff starts, when the fun starts to happen. This is the time for R and R. So yes, take those moments to rest, take those moments to relax, to plan. When things are in retrograde, right? Think of the word everyone says this when we talk about retrogrades. They say it's a time to rewind, rethink, redo, reflection, just
reorder.
Anything with the letters re in front of it is the perfect time with the retrograde. So it's the meaning of a retrograde. So just go inwards, but be kind to yourself. That is the most important thing. It's the perfect opportunity to take a step back. And reconsider your priorities. So recycle. Someone just
recycle.
Yes.
Love
recycle. January, clear out your closet, take things to charity. It's the perfect time for it. So there we go.
Love that. I'm loving the energy from everyone tonight. I feel like everyone's, even though we can't see you, it's amazing how I can feel the energy of everyone. I feel like everyone's just on good vibes. I just love it. Even the comment about recycling, I'm like, yes, I feel like this, I don't know, these cozy Mondays. I just feel like the energy feels really just magic. Just had to share that.
And I've got someone here asking a fabulous question. Right, so 1 minute. I'm terrible at this. Jen, are you a bit of a hippie? Right.
What would you say to that, Jen?
I used to introduce myself, and I'm going to sound like a right idiot now, right? I used to turn around and go, I'm a bit of a posh hippie. Like, because I couldn't go like rogue living in, like, I like my showers.
Showers. You like a showers?
I like my showers and footwear.
Yeah.
I always
You can-
associated, growing up, I always associated a hippie with someone who walked barefoot through the grass, right? And I thought, no, I like my style and my fashions, and my fashions. Don't know why I said it like that. And
Because you're posh
yeah.
hippie, that's why. Posh
and a
hippie.
posh hippie, and I couldn't. I don't mind camping. I will tolerate it, but I'm not an avid camper. I couldn't go stay in a hammock in a tree, and I'm really scared of bugs. So, a posh hippie. There we go. Thanks for the question. A hygienic hippie. That's probably more appropriate.
Love.
Thank you. Thank you, Sunset Sausage.
Love.
I like a shower. I like a shower under a waterfall. I'd agree.
Divine.
Too many
Divine.
bugs, too many risks. No, yeah, not for me. So right, I think we should get firing on with the questions now. So
Let's do it.
There's Michelle Owens put the first one up tonight. So there's anything for a piece. So she's put numerology of the 4th of the 8th, 1979. I just wanted to say, Michelle, so tonight, if you'd like, a question asked to Emily, can you put, instead of the numerology, your date of birth, she will fill into it, but if you wouldn't mind putting a question directed at Emily.
I can, yeah, thank you, love. Yeah, I can still sense it to Michelle, though. What's interesting is that I felt very quickly, and I agree with Jen, actually, just give me your question. That's all I need to kind of sense into you. But for Michelle, I felt very drawn kind of down your body and then down into your right side. I feel like there's a depletion of energy through your right side, Michelle, and I want you to really look at nourishing your kind of your right side, especially like your right leg. And then this may sound bizarre, but there's something specifically, I think maybe around your right knee's been giving you jip or been like causing you pain. I want you to maybe get this attended to, and in doing so, it's going to give you so much more energy. It's also going to give you some more direction and clarity in life, because this side relates to your masculine side, like taking action. So that's something that I sense for you straight away. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you. And let us know, Michelle, in the chat if that resonates with you. That'd be really interesting.
Yeah,
so next question is from Nakota Sacred. I am 888. Lucky numbers there. I am. Can I get a confirmation on career, please?
Yeah, interesting. What I'm seeing for you, Nakota, I'm seeing it like a fork in the road. But actually, what's interesting, this fork in the road is being kind of like mirrored. So it's almost like you're at a massive crossroads. And I feel like what's really interesting is that I feel like actually you're being called to look backwards at your past for a way forward with your career, which might seem a bit unusual, but that's what I'm really sensing for you, that actually you need to kind of go backwards, something to do with more kind of like, I want to say feminine energy, but that I mean by that creativity, using your kind of creative skills, maybe using your body even. Look back at your past, something that gave you joy and pleasure and success in the past, or maybe even a past life as well. It's going to give you a clue on that. So I hope that resonates. And yeah, do let us know in the comments if anything that I say resonates or any other questions.
Perfect. Yeah, we got to know this, because you kind of sit there and think, yeah, is this hitting the nail on the head with that person?
Tell us.
Yeah, please tell us. So yeah, right. Next question is from Ifa Jen. Great name there. We'd love a reading. Please. So
okay,
Ifa Jen.
Let's think. Okay. What I'm sensing for you, there are some kind of young people in your life, whether these are your children. I don't feel like they are your children, or I just sense that there's kind of some young kids in your life that just, I'm going to be really honest, are draining your energy. Now, this might not be actual children. It might be people in your life that are acting like children, but there are some kind of, it's a young energy in you, which is almost drawing you away from your center, Jen. And I want you to really focus on how you can create more space in your life to free up some of this energy. And yeah, I hope that helps.
Perfect. Right. So I'm there stuck going back and forth, starring the messages. So yes, please put in the chat. I'd love to know how you got on. Erin the Heron. Heroine, even, not the
Heroin.
Not Heron. Is anyone else a bit apprehensive of Elon and his endeavors?
Oh, what an interesting question. It'd be interesting to know what people in the chat are feeling.
Earlier, like a lot of people commenting saying, "Oh, Elon has ADHD and all this stuff." Like, I think he might have traits of it. I mean, I sure as hell do. But yeah,
I'm not nodding on you. I'm nodding at myself. I'm not nodding yes, Jen. You.
no, you're like, yeah, you have, yeah, you're nuts. So no, it's the quick moving, unpredictable side of me that's quick changing. But no, apprehensive of his endeavours. I don't believe so, because he just gets the job done, in my opinion. If he wants something, he goes out there and gets it. No questions asked. Like,
for sure.
He appeared almost out of nowhere and just became this superstar billionaire, like, who's, you know, obsessed with Mars. I don't know. I believe him. So
yeah, it's change, isn't it? It's change.
Definitely. Ashley Morton, may I get a reading, please? Just anything you feel around me, my house, my kiddos and family. Thank you. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley. I'm really sensing, I feel very drawn to you mentioning about your kids, your kiddos. And I sense that, and I notice the first like kid that comes to mind when I say this, but there's one of your kids that just needs a little bit more holding right now. I sense that they've got a brilliant mind, a creative mind, and I want you to be really, really aware of how you can foster this creativity and this brilliant mind within this child. They're very, very sensitive. Know that you're doing an incredible job I really sense that, absolutely, but know that they just need a little bit more support in whatever way that comes. I just sense that would be good for them, and also be good for you. I feel like it's going to foster an even deeper connection between you, which you would never have, expected that you needed, but I think it's going to be really positive. So I want you to notice the first, what kind of comes to mind as I say that, but that's what I'm really sensing, and they're really going to blossom and actually move forward on a completely new path. So I want you to, just bear that in mind.
Yeah. Sorry. Next question is from the Sugar Plum Fairy. I love that name. Can I read, please, Pauline Boucher? Thank you. So what energies are surrounding Pauline?
Yeah, Pauline, I'm feel very drawn to your root chakra, your legs. I'm sensing that. Let me just see if it's you need to ground, or maybe you're too grounded. Does she need to ground, or is she too grounded? Let's see. I'm just want to make sure it's completely right. I feel like, in the sense that actually, Pauline, what's interesting is that I feel like there's a heaviness down through your root chakra. It's almost like you're too grounded, if that's a thing. I'm sensing that actually there's an energy here that is drawing you down, 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 and actually is like really making you feel tired, fatigued. It's making you get quite ill quite a lot. And I really want you to connect with water more, whether you just by having baths, or what it is, or like swimming in nature, or swimming in general, or even just visualizing that your roots, your legs are kind of like in like beautiful water. You can visualize that you're in a beautiful blue ocean in the Maldives, or wherever you want to go. And I just sense it's going to give you a little bit more this freer energy. I'm sensing this heaviness through your root chakra, especially through the right side, which again is links to masculine, and masculine kind of presence that feels quite heavy in your life right now. Know that it will get better, but I want you to start to really focus on your own energy. Pauline, I hope that helps.
Perfect. And next question from Welsh Gold. Planets are aligning, but I'm not going. Love a sec. Not quite sure what that means, but what does this mean politically? So with the planets aligning, what does that mean politically?
That's so interesting. What an interesting question. The way that I see it is that it's almost like things coming to a head. It's like with Trump, coming in today, it's like things coming to a head. And I mentioned before about this mountain. I sense that it's kind of this grand plan coming together. So much had to be orchestrated for Trump to come back in. So much had to be orchestrated. And it's almost like everything slotting back into place, like that, like a puzzle piece, like coming in together. And that's what I'm sensing. It's almost like a strengthening, a boldening of the future. And that's what was coming to me. Don't know if you sense anything around that, Jen. Do you sense anything around that?
It's just crazy. No, so thank you for the super chat, Savage Title. Right, I had a second Kundalini episode on the 1st of the 18th, on the 18th of the 1st. Body was shivering. Right, I can't even have one Kundalini experience. And you had two in January. Yeah. Went into a spontaneous deep breathing, arch back, and clenching shoulder blades to release emotional tension. Your thoughts. Thank you again.
Yeah.
My thoughts, Savage Title, is right. How are you doing this? I want to know in the chat, how on earth are you getting 2 in January? I've had 0. Sean has had 1. How many of you had, Emily?
Well, it's hard to tell. I've definitely had some experiences, but I don't think at the time I knew it was a Kundalini awakening. It's very different for everyone, right? Sometimes you can be a Kundalini awakening for months, and then you can have, like, I know someone who's been going through it for like 6 months, and it can be a constant thing, right? I remember this this person from, I think, from last week, or even maybe in December, and I say that for you, this is definitely a positive experience, but you need to be really clear on what emotional tension this is clearing. You need to bring it into your conscious awareness, because the body is clearing it, but you also feel like you actually need to be aware of the conscious patterning and limiting beliefs that are happening around this, so you can actually start to move forward and move out of this as well, because that's going to be really, really important. So journal, talk to someone, comment, let us know.
Tell everyone how you're doing it.
Give journal step by step.
Yeah, you know, start a website, start a business plan. Yeah, I'm sorry, that is good. I'm proud of you.
Good on you. Yeah, I'm proud of you too. It's a lot. Well done.
That's a lot. Yeah, a lot of people don't experience them in their, you know, they're not lucky enough to experience it in their lifetime, let alone twice in a bloody month. So yeah, well done. So I'm just pulling up the next questions. And so Michelle Owens asked, do I have any in myself?
What a great question. I think it's Michelle who asked when we got our first questions. And what I would say is, okay, specifically for Michelle, okay, I'm sensing that you are very empathic, Michelle. I'm sensing that you have what's known as like clairsentience. Most people have heard of like clairvoyance, is how you see, or but the clairsentience is how you feel. So most of us are empathic, but I think you specifically are very empathic. I'm sensing, like I mentioned before about your kind of your right side, but into your heart, but your heart here has the ability to sense into people's energies. I think there's a lot of fear around your heart, and I want you to feel into that, send some white light around your heart, because definitely you have psychic abilities. You know you do. I know you do. And I'm giving you confirmation of that right now. And I want you to clear the fear around your heart chakra, send light there, send love there, maybe get some energy healing, and know that that will continue to grow and it will help you in your life.
Is there a sort of clear indicator of when you do have abilities, or, I mean, is it true that everyone has them?
Yeah, I 100% believe that everyone has them. Just as everyone's got a bicep muscle, we all have a third eye, right? But some people will have naturally a stronger bicep than the next person, right? So some people just will have it stronger than others. Some people have it fostered from a young age. So it's like, for me, I grew up with a psychic mother who's also a psychic medium. So from a very young age, I was talking to spirits. I was in that world from a very young age, and so it got kind of it grew inside me. But then it was, I can only speak from my own experience really, but then it was kind of like pushed down for so long, and it was moments where I started to get quiet, started to meditate more. It's when you have strange experiences, right? I started to be able to see people in different countries, almost like, I guess, remote viewing. I started to be able to see people in other countries, sense energy in other people. And I was like, this is not normal. This is not normal. And that's when you know, right? If you hear information, it just drops in. Like, same with you, Jen. I know you're definitely psychic. You have it in you as well. 100%.
I know Sean's in trouble all the time. No. I know what you're doing. No, I know you didn't put that, right. You didn't empty the dishwasher. I don't even have to be in the house. I'm like, I know you didn't. He's like, how do you know? I'm psychic. I know you didn't. You didn't put Ziggy's socks on when you took him out for a walk. How do you know I'm psychic? That's how we work it.
But no, you're definitely
Anyway,
Next
right,
question.
we got to help the nanny of 3. So nanny of 3, hi, beautiful ladies. I'm a 6-year-old and I've had a little bit of a rough life. Sorry to hear, nanny. I just wanted to know if there's any hope for some good out there for me. Please help.
Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart. I'm so sorry that you've had a bit of a rough life. And you know what? They're out of darkness, out of contraction comes light. And whether it happens straight away or whether it takes 60 years, know that there is light at the end of the tunnel for you. I sense that this kind of this next part of your life will open up. It's almost like there's going to be like there's some things that are being shaken out for you, like shaken out, almost like I'm seeing, like, I don't know how I can explain this, but I'm seeing like a tunnel and things being shaken out the tunnel, clearing out the tunnel. So the next part of your life will be so much smoother and more open. I want you to send some light and some love. Actually, I'll do it right now, Jen, if that's okay. I'm going to send her some light and some love to her. Your womb space actually is what I feel called to do. So I'm going to just do that now, Jen. Because I feel like, and just make sure, Nanny 3, that you're just taking some nice deep breaths in and out through your nose, or in through your nose and out through your mouth. We're just clearing a little bit of energy, some stagnant energy that is kind of around your sacral chakra, which is like your womb space, your pelvic space, just to free up a little bit of energy through there. I want you just to, hopefully you'll sleep really well tonight, have a bath or have a shower, and just kind of, when that's happening, imagine like all the old energy washing away from you. Thank you. Lorraine. Oh, I think you've muted. You're muted, my love.
I love these questions. Is there a soulmate out there for me, and when might it happen, please? Do you want a soulmate, Emily? Right, you hear of the twin flames, the soulmates.
Yes. Yeah.
One of them is you don't want, and I think I stand corrected, is your twin flame, right? Please. Can you have, right, first question, can you have several soulmates?
Yes, definitely.
How many?
Definitely.
Asking for
I think that I think the number can be, it varies from person to person. You can have a soulmate in someone of the same sex as you, whether you are attracted to the same sex or not. I think a soulmate doesn't have to be a romantic partner. A soulmate could even be in a pet, as crazy as that sounds. You know, I have loads of soulmates who are like sisters to me, you know, and I have a loving partner who's a man. So I feel like soulmates are endless, and different people come in for different chapters to teach us things, to catalyze things within us. And for you, Lorraine, it's interesting. I feel like I recognize your name from last week, Lorraine. And is there a soulmate out there for me, and when might it happen? I feel like I might have answered a similar question for you last week, but I'm sensing there's 2 to 3. Let me just sense if that's months or longer. Months. Yeah, okay. I'm sensing it could take a couple of years, Lorraine, for that soulmate to drop in for you. But don't be put off by that, because know that you need to be in exactly the right place in your life to feel. And I sense the next couple of years for you are going to bring you into such happiness and such brilliance that actually you'll get to a point where you won't care. You won't care about soulmate, and then that's when they're going to come in. It might even be quicker than that, I'm being told.
That's always when it happens, is when they send them in. They send them in when you're not fucking, like, excuse my French, when you're not looking. The moment you stop looking is when they send that. Yeah, they send it over to you. So it's as hard as it is. And I remember thinking, I actually, right, little secret here.
I love it.
Little exposure. I think it's up there. No, it's here, right?
What is it?
I was sleeping with this stone. As you can see, it says soulmates. I was sleeping with this stone next to me. And I'd broken up with my ex. And I was like, right, no more buggeries. Send me my soulmate. No, I've had enough. And I knew Sean, we were friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, and I kept sleeping with this bloody stone, right? And I was like, they're not sending me my soulmate. And I went on 2 years, and I was like, they're still not sent my bloody soulmate. I did not put 2 and 2 together with Sean. And so I got this stone, I slept with it. Sean came into my life, didn't accept the gift horse. I thought, no, he's my friend. And then, and this is a true love story. And no, and then lo and behold, so my advice: get one of these stones. So
100%, it's 100%. I love that, Jen. I love that.
If you, Lorraine, send me an email to my email address, I will send you. I don't need this anymore. I've met my soulmate. How sweet of me. I will send you this stone. So I'll pop my email in the chat here. And yes, Lorraine, send me your address. I will send you my soulmate stone.
I love that. You know what I love too about that? I love that story so much, Jen. But it's also so true for Lorraine or anyone out there. It's kind of how manifestation works, right? You use this time, Lorraine, to really get clear on what your soulmate needs to be. Not like they need to have blue eyes, they need to have this exact job. Get clear on the feeling that you want this person to bring you, and then start to create that feeling within yourself. So you almost take the pressure off, the pressure off finding that person again, because you've already created that energy within yourself. They will naturally magnetize themselves towards you, and that's how manifestation works.
True story here. I had a friend, right, and this was actually a genuine friend. She wrote her list. So she got it in her head. She was like, right, I'm going to manifest my dream man. I was like, okay, go on, mate, go for it. She was like, right, he needs to be muscly. He needs to go to the gym 6 times a week. He needs to drive this car. He needs to have this job with this sort of money. No kids. Like she wrote, it was a bit out of hand. Lo and behold, she didn't get that. What she actually got, and she's still with him now to this day, I will name no names, was the polar opposite, and she's madly in love. So be open-minded. Like, don't go, oh, he's got to look like, like this, like this, like this. If I'd gone with a type, I would have said, for example, a man with nice, deep, dark hair. Tall, dark, and handsome. I mean, we got the handsome and the tall, but he's bald like my bum. So
I love it, but it's so true.
Yeah, be open. I think if you, I don't know, Emily, correct me if I'm wrong. If you put too much niggly little points on your manifestation, can that stop you from getting what you truly want?
Yeah, that's a really good point, Jen. I think you can be specific, because I know for sure when I've been specific about things with dates or this or that, you can for sure, but it's more about the energy with how you move into it. It's the energy. If you're using the specifics to be constrictive and you're doing it out of a sense of fear, not out of a sense of love for yourself, that's when I'll come against roadblocks. If we're doing it, they have to be good looking, they have to be this, they have to be that, because there's a fear around that, as a fear energy and a lack energy. That's when we're going to hit these roadblocks. So I know that my story was so similar, because my partner, we were friends first. We were friends for like how many years? Like we lived together as like housemates. And then we didn't live together as housemates. But again, then I really focused on the feeling of what I wanted my partner to bring me. And it was literally at that point when I was just a bit like, yeah, actually, I'm fine being single. I'm fine being single. I don't need any man. And that's when it happened. So there's something.
Or you get a stone.
Or you get a stone. Get a stone. Yes. I hope that helps, Lorraine.
Thank you, Lorraine. Right,
yeah,
moving on from bizarre story time with Jen and Em.
Okay.
Our wonderful mold colour. Thank you for the fabulous work you do every evening. Sorry, my voice has gone funny now. Any advice for my spiritual growth for 2025?
I love that. I definitely sense great question. I definitely sense big spiritual growth for you. I sense there's going to be a journey for you, almost like, I want to say, like a pilgrimage, somewhere that you need to go. And I think as I'm saying this, you're going to notice, I'm going to say Egypt, I'm putting it out there, that there's somewhere you need to go and visit. That is no stone for me, thanks. There's someone that you need to go to visit, which is going to really upgrade you energetically and also pique your interest in like another kind of part of your spirituality. So I'm putting Egypt out there, and let me know if that resonates.
Oh, yeah, Sphinx in Egypt was originally a cat lion. Right, we're
Oh,
going to try and help Tina Greeny out this evening. Question: my mom is in hospital at the moment. Will she get back to her own home?
oh,
It's a sad one.
Tina, bless you. Sending your mum and you so
sending
much
love and hug.
love. Let me just sense into this for you, Tina. I sense your mum is really quite strong, even though that she's obviously struggling right now. I sense that she's got really quite a strong core, and she's like fighting and really battling against what she's battling against. And I really sense that this process for her is going to be a process of healing, not only physically but also emotionally. And let me just sense into something that's came up for a moment. Yeah, I sense this is going to be a kind of healing emotionally for her and physically, but also for you. I want you to be really kind of conscious of your relationship with your mum. What's this bringing up for you? And kind of really kind of sense into that. And I want you to really kind of be extra mindful of how you look after yourself right now, Tina. And yeah, and I hope that helps. But know that your mum is really strong. And I'm sensing this real kind of like light within her.
Oh, thank you for that. So we have Andrea S. Hi, Emily. Can we please have a reading? So what are you feeling around Andrea, her energies?
Yeah, you know what's interesting is, Andrea, I'm sensing that there's someone in your sphere. And I hate to say this, Andrea, notice the first person that I speak to, I feel like it's a female friend that you, not in a horrendous way, but you can't really trust in your sphere. Only in the sense that they're kind of looking at you with slight envy, slight jealousy. And I want you to be really conscious, and you'll know who I mean when I say this. Someone that's close to you, female friend, it might even be someone like, I don't know, family connection as well. Know that it's important that you protect your energy. I've got lots of actually, but not to do plug, but I've got videos on my channel about protecting your energy and things like that. She's like, yes, go plug. But yeah,
Plug
really,
Emily's channel.
Thanks, babes. But yeah, it's really important that you protect your energy around this person and just be mindful of what you share with them. So yeah, I just felt that was important for you to know today. Thank you.
And vibe attracts a tribe. So no, let's bring on the plug. If mods, if you would be so kind as to put Emily's channel in the chat, and if everyone, all of you watching, could just go over, give it a like, give it a subscribe. It's free. Also, right, I'm gonna weave. I love a bit of sales pitch. Here we go. Hot Pocket. Can you tell me what's in store for me for 2025, especially spirituality? So, Hot Pocket, have you heard of Shiko? Are you a female? No.
I
There is
love
a
it.
woman's dance group online, which we will put the link in the description box of this video where you can sign up and you can join us. When is your next Shiko, man?
My next Shiko is, well, we've got a challenge happening all week. Basically, I think you described it really well, Jen. It's like dance meditation for the soul. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Like quote unquote. I love that. That's essentially what it is. Dance meditation for the soul to move out your blocks and raise your frequency. So it's meditation, somatic dance. We're doing a challenge all this week, which is live, first thing in the morning UK time, like 7 a.m., but you can catch up. Next week, I'm doing a big masterclass setting intentions for spring as we're starting to move into Imbolc, 1st of February. So yeah, we can put it all in the chat. I've got 7-day free trials. So you can try it out if it works for you. Jen's really, really sweet. She's a real big advocate of it. I love having her as part of Shiko. So I'm so grateful to you.
Yeah, you honestly, it has changed my Monday morning mindset, my Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I am not, Shiko, obviously you sometimes do it in the evening or you can watch it on replay, but when you actually do it in the morning, it shapes your day.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a morning person, especially since having Ziggy. I am terrifying in the mornings. I'm a horrid person to be around. And what I do is I go downstairs, I make a coffee, I go into this room, and I do my Shiko in peace before Sean and Ziggy wake. And I transform from this ogre, angry, frustrated ogre, into the wonderful mother I need to be. So definitely head over to Chico. They put your link tree. Callum's put your link tree in. So yeah, head on over there, everyone. That would be, support the work Emily does. It's fantastic. Right, the next question made me chuckle. Did we answer the last one? Sorry.
Oh, we didn't. Yeah, about their spiritual development.
Yeah, do you want to answer that? 2 seconds.
Yeah. Are you able to go back to the question? Fine, if not, I can just try and sense into it. Just help. But fine, if not. They want to know about that. Oh, thank you.
Got it. Hot pocket.
2025. The first word that comes to me is love. But not necessarily. I feel like a few different types of love. Romantic love, yes, but also what comes first. Similar to what I was saying to Lorraine, you need to start to really focus on self-love. And from this space, when you start to already have the self-love within you, you will start to magnetize love towards you. I sense actually a few partners coming into your life very, very soon. But in terms of spirituality, I feel like, well, self-love is the key for everything. Self-love is the ground of everything. But for you, I feel like the more you connect to that sense of love within you, it's going to open up your gifts more. It's going to provide new avenues and new paths. And I want to say, what I want to say is like working with children and bringing a sense of like, I don't know, spirituality to children, or kind of just working with children is what keeps coming to me. And that kind of links a sense of like love. So I feel like love is an important word for you. Hot pocket. So just sense into that and yeah, let us know how that resonates.
Yes, please hop it in the chat. Right, next super chat from Wenchi. We love Wenchi. You do like a super chat, don't you? So thank you as ever. Obviously, the super chats do help the show. It helps us get the wonderful guests on. So please, if you could, that would be fantastic. We understand it's January. It's always a crappy month, but yes, anything would, yeah, much appreciated. Anyway, Wenchi. Question. Of all
what
nature and indigenous people, etc. Do you know why?
Oh, what an amazing question. I love this. I sense that you are
spiders. Yeah. My posh hippie comes out. No.
Exactly. Posh hippie. I think I'm also a posh hippie, so I'm so with you, Jen. I sense for this person that you are a very old soul. I'm being shown like, oh, this is interesting. I'm being shown like lifetimes upon lifetimes. I would think it'd be really important for you to connect to Akashic records, to either have an Akashic records reading or to do a meditation on Akashic records. And I feel like that's going to give you a lot more clarity as to why you've had so many lifetimes, why you're connected to nature, indigenous people. I feel like we'll know that each of us will have different guides working with us. Some of us have angel guides, some of us have nature guides, some of us have animal guides. I feel like for you, nature is important for you to be able to bring out your gifts, and I feel like you're holding your gifts back. So I want you to spend more time in nature, and when you're in nature, connect to the trees, the land, talk to the trees and the land. Sounds wild, but it's just, there's magic in there and there's answers to be found. So Akashic records, more nature, tune into your energy, listen, hear the messages that want to come through.
No, thank you. Great advice. Right, the next question is really interesting. Question. I'd like to know why I've never experienced deja vu. Thanks, Emily. I like your vibe. She's got a brilliant vibe, hasn't she? So, I mean, even I experience deja vu on quite a regular basis. Like, yeah. Is it quite normal to experience it? I'd probably dart at the board, say at least once a month, where I'm like, woof, and it hits you, and you're like, I've been here before, and I don't know why. The only time I didn't experience it, and I stopped experiencing it, and let me know, chat, if you felt the same, was during lockdown. I completely stopped experiencing deja vu, and I thought to myself, why am I not experiencing that anymore? It was a really hard time.
Yeah, that's so interesting. We'll have to sense into that almost separately in a way, because that's when you made me curious, actually. And because for me, lockdown was the opposite. That's when I really felt like my gifts got so loud, like loud, all the voices. Deja vu is an interesting one, right? Because there's loads of scientific evidence around what deja vu is, and I appreciate science, but what I sense for deja vu is not that you asked for an explanation of it, but it's almost like when our energetic body and our physical body catches up. It's almost like our physical body can be somewhere or our energetic body can be there, because we are made of layers, right? A physical layer, an energetic layer, and all the different layers of our being, right? Psychic layer. So it's almost like the layers like catching up in a moment, and I see it as almost like glitch in the matrix vibes, but that's kind of my sense of deja vu. Maybe sometimes also I sense it might even be like kind of interdimensional, but it's not quite that, but it's more just us catching up. But for this person in particular, thank you for your lovely comment, that's really sweet. But why you've never experienced deja vu, I sense that actually you are actually very connected, whereas most of us are very disconnected. We are meant to have our energy body, our a mental emotional body, and our physical body are meant to be weaved together quite strong, and most of us are so disconnected because of so much society, technology, etc., whereas you are actually very connected, and this is a strength for you. And I really want you to start to meditate on that. I want you to meditate on your whole entire body and really notice what messages come through, what you can sense. Maybe journal as you do that. And yeah, I hope that helps.
There was someone in the chat, sorry, I was just monitoring it on both screens.
Yeah.
Has said, my deja vu is usually like, I feel like I've seen this scenery or incident happen before and it's replaying. Then as I think it stops. That is, honestly, Sue, that is exactly what happens to me. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I've seen this before. And it almost takes your breath away, doesn't it? And then it stops. And then your life goes on, and it's like, right, why have you done this? And then I always just go, been here before. I'm on the right path. Is that how it works? Is that the the deja vu genius wizard there, who's like, right, can we give you that? Like, you've been here before. You're on the right path.
I love that. I love that. I think it's just for me, it's confirmation that we are energetic beings. We are spiritual beings living a human physical experience. And it's just that moment. Oh, you're welcome.
Yep. A super chat from Yulan. Will things get better for me soon?
Oh, bless you. Yeah, I hope so. And bless you first and foremost. And let me just sense into this for you. Yeah, I sense that you've had quite a lot of things. So I was leaning very close to the camera there. I sense you've had a lot of things like roadblocking you, like in the way, energetic blocks, boof, boof, boof. It's that kind of energy that I'm sensing. It's almost like things are being cleared out the way. It's almost these roadblocks are being moved out the way. I sense there's just going to be very soon a clearing of the decks, a clearing of the way. Know that an expansion always comes after contraction. It's just the way of life. It's just nature. So I definitely sense there will be a clearing of the way for you. Things will settle. Things that have been stressing you out will fall away, and there will be some light. There will be some space. There will be some new people coming into your life. So things will get better. But just be strong and hold on, and know that expansion always comes after contraction.
Yeah. When things feel like they're tumbling away, it's making room for the good, honestly, for the new, for the the higher vibrations. Just remember that, as tough as it is sometimes. Right, Mr. Twinkle, I've seen your spam again and again and again. You put this question, so you will have it answered. How do I know if I'm a natural healer or meant to step into a healing path? Is there signs? I mean, it pretty much slapped me straight in the face. So
yeah, tell us, Jen. Tell us.
Yeah, it's just when I don't know. I'm trying to find words for this. How it's hard to find the words to put it into words. How it, like, my spiritual journey came to me, and I just kept seeing sign after sign after sign after sign. And they were, some of them really minuscule, and it wasn't, sign after being like, you look at the oven, it says 1111. It was the people I was meeting, the things that interested me. My whole, I write confession time on Jen and M. I was a massive party girl who prioritized the party, and my interest just changed. Like, and the people who I used to knock around with, I don't know, I didn't resonate with them anymore. And I just wanted more peace in my life. And that's what sort of brought it to life, I think. And obviously having a son, my wonderful son, it sort of changed the dynamic for me that way as well. So yeah, I don't know, it's got to be different for everyone. Emily, you've got it. This is confession time. How did you handle?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. How did you find how did you get involved with your spiritual journey?
Yeah, I always say that your spiritual journey will always find you. It's normally in a point of crisis, normally a point of where you're just like at rock bottom. That can always be a sign for sure to point you on the spiritual path. But a lot of people can be on a spiritual path, but not actually be a healer, right? For me, I've been on a spiritual path for at least 4 years, like deeply on a spiritual path for 4 years before I actually decided to work as a healer and as a psychic. And it started to come in really strongly. I couldn't deny that I was getting messages. I couldn't deny that I wanted to help people, that I was getting downloads. It became something that I was constantly consumed by. Thoughts of wanting to help people, thoughts of wanting to share my message coming out. At the same time, also like you, Jen, I wanted to like sleep more. I wanted to have a peaceful existence. I didn't want to drink anymore. I wanted to be away from toxic people. I wanted to eat less meat and loads of things. But it's different for everyone. But there's just some of the telltale signs, I would say.
Yeah.
Tommy says, "Are you a starseed?" I love this question.
That isn't someone we know.
Yeah.
Tommy on the show, are you a starseed? I've been seeing a lot of, now it's my phone listening to me again, that bloody microphone. A lot of starseed information pop up on social media. Like, I don't understand this starseed movement. Is this something you're quite knowledgeable on, or do we need to get someone on the show? I'm unaware.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say starseed is my complete kind of area of expertise, but what I know of a starseed essentially is that you've had a past life on, interplanetary past life. So you've been seeded here and seeded on many other different planets. There's a really good oracle deck, Rebecca Campbell, who I love. I actually got one of her decks here. This is the Rose Oracle, but she also has
The starseed. Yes, I've seen that one.
Really,
yes,
it's really good. And she also has a couple of it's a really lovely book. She has a book called Letters to a Starseed. Big up Rebecca Campbell, a massive fan. She has a book called Letters to a Starseed, which I really recommend reading. It's an incredible read and simple and easy read as well. So highly recommend.
Perfect. Right, we've got some super chats coming in. So I'm going to start with Brent Caffrell. Question. Hi, ladies. I've had a few changes coming very soon. A few changes coming very soon. I have felt blocked recently. Please can I have a reading for 2025 with love, Brent?
Thank you, Brent.
Yeah,
thank you so much. Go on, Jen. Sorry, what were you going to say?
With Brent, I think everyone is feeling this block at the moment. They really are, and I can't stress enough to everyone watching. There is movement coming. I'm actually getting sick of explaining it to like my friends and that, who are so frustrated at the moment. And Sean himself is like, I've never seen him so frustrated and angry, and over stuff that is totally out of his control. And everyone's sort of feeling they just want this movement to come along. And I don't know. Like, I mean, what are you feeling for Brent? Please say it's very, very soon.
Yes. I would agree firstly with Jen on that. I feel it in my own sphere, my own life. I'm like, why aren't things moving as quickly as I want them to move? Things happen as in divine timing. It's really important to remember that. And Brent specifically, I see that there is a block the block that you're experiencing is down again through your root chakra, but it's to do with something like a past version of you. There's a past version of you, Brent, that's holding a bit of grief and doesn't want to let go of the past. This is what I feel is blocking for you. So I want you to let me just sense into this for a moment. Let me just see if I can help you move some of this along. I'm just going to send a little bit of healing down to your root chakra, Brent, just for a moment, because I really feel like this would be really helpful. I want you just to really breathe and really notice how you feel just for the next few moments. Just take some deep, full breaths in and deep, full breaths out. I'm just sensing that this part of you just needs a little bit of love, a bit of reassurance. Yeah, good. Yeah, and I just want to just check something, because often when I need a message is coming through, I get a burning through my crown chakra. It's very physical. Sounds crazy, I know, but I just want to sense of what they're trying to tell me. The more we get frustrated and the more we get angry or frustrated at the blocks in our life, right? This is important. This is coming directly now. The more we're going to manifest more blocks and more frustration. Frustration is a sign that we are not completely submitting to our truest self and our full selves, okay? So I want you to be really, really present with any frustration you have in your life. This is also a message for me too. I'm hearing it. Thank you. That it's important that you, be conscious of where you feel frustrated. And this is for Brent, this is for everyone, this is for me too, for Jen, for everyone, for Sean, everyone. To really put those frustrations to one side, be grateful for everything you have in this moment, and then more will start to flood in. That just felt really important to share. It's so funny. They literally, it's like Jen, they literally like knock on my head, knock on my, like almost like this. They're like, hello, we need to tell you something. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm here. On a legit. It's so fascinating.
Right. So since I've been doing my spiritual mentorship, and I have been asking guides to sort of speak to me, right?
Oh yes.
Like they always speak on my right ear, and it's the voice is so clear, and it's a male voice, and I can't explain it. I'm sure you'll be fascinated to know. I thought it would be my own voice, and then it's a male voice, very clear as day on my right ear. What does that mean, Emily? Please tell me.
Yeah, I'm sensing for you, Jen, give you a little reading now. I'm sensing you have a guide with you, like on your right-hand side. I think he's got like quite a long beard. He's quite old, almost like Merlin-esque. And that's who you're hearing. It's that specific spirit guide who is there. It's like very wise, very old, is giving you these messages. I sense that he's connected to the masters. There are like levels with spirit guides. The masters are really quite high up in the ranking. I'm sensing that's who you have with you. I can sense him, see him literally to your right shoulder right now. And that's who is, it's giving me full body tingles. That's who you're hearing. Interesting for me, not so much now. Sometimes when I first started to do readings, I had to sit on my right-hand side because I would get all the information like this. Whereas now I generally do get it on my right side, but it kind of comes down through my crown. It's really interesting. I don't know why, but we've got to trust this stuff. So yeah.
Right. And then Brent, thanks for the super chat. So we've got another super chat here. Right. Pat Style says, how long will it take for my new business to generate enough income to support my lifestyle? What is your lifestyle?
Wow, good question. Tell us more. Tell us more.
What are your long-term goals? Are they
what you got
to work on flag over on Mars? No,
yes, quite. I really sense that I spent 6 months is what's coming to me, and not 6 months till it kicks off, but 6 months for things to really build. I know that things take time, and like I said, everything is divine timing, and 6 months is what I'm being told. Be mindful of your lifestyle, be mindful, yes, and keep your hopes and dreams and have goals and have visions, but also be mindful of what do you actually need right now. As I mentioned earlier, what is dead weight and what do you actually need? But I'm telling 6 months, and I feel like I'm seeing coins. I think it's going to be good. So hang in there. Well done.
Thank you. Right, we got to the next question. Right. There's a lot of I had about experience with sleep paralysis. Tell I was up till 2 a.m. and the baby. Paralysis. I can't get it out. It's like I used to struggle with word digestives, but I can say that now. Is it safe for me to meditate now? Thank you, Consuelo Kendrick. Oh, Christ. So,
Bless you.
I give up.
Paralysis.
I give up.
You give
Right,
up. Shall I carry on? Paralysis.
Yeah, guys. Yeah.
You have a moment. Jen's gonna have a little nap. Bless her. Bless her. I have that with certain words. Like,
I'm going to give you the curse now.
oh my god. I also have that with certain words I can't spell, which is interesting. I often can't spell the word psychic, which is actually quite ironic. I cannot spell the word psychic. If you put a gun to my head and tell me to spell the word psychic, I would not be able to spell it. So anyway, there we go. Anyway, moving swiftly on. So yes, my question for you is, when are you meditating? I would say that it is safe for you to meditate. So many people, and I know it's hard because people have a busy life, so many people want to meditate before bed. I would advise people to not meditate before bed, because when you are meditating, depending what you're doing, you are opening up your crown, you are opening up your third eye, and it's going to make you not sleep. It's actually going to almost like you're inviting all of your spirit guides and all of your mates to come and hang out when you're meant to be sleeping. I would meditate, Kasona, in the morning if you can, or at lunchtime, as opposed to before bed. And I think the meditation actually will help you. It's going to help you clear some of the fear you have around this paralysis. So that's my advice for you, my love.
Paralysis.
She got it. She got it.
DJ Alicinio. Oh God, I give up. Hello, Emily. Can you pick really easy names? I swear there is. I am dyslexic, so I really struggle. Like you were talking about spelling psychic. Go back a year ago, I couldn't spell present.
Oh, bless you. Really? I didn't know that about you.
You know what I did? How I deal with, right? Like if I've got to write something, voice, that voice memo thing, the voice prediction, whatever, not prediction.
Yeah.
I'm going to sound so silly. I speak into my phone, text type. That's it.
Yeah.
Talk text.
Yeah. Talk text.
That's how I deal with it. If I'm stuck for a word, I just speak. Because I know how to say it apart from paralysis. But I'm terrible speller. But yes, right, more to it. Hello, Emily and Jen. May I please get a reading pertaining to my spiritual side? See, I can read that fine. I've been feeling extremely exhausted and emotionally drained for the past few months. Thanks. So
yeah, interesting. Throat chakra. I'm drawing your throat chakra straight away. And what's interesting, I've been thinking about this actually all week, is that it takes an enormous amount of energy to hold emotions in. It takes an enormous amount of energy, I'll say it again, to hold emotions in. And I feel like you in particular are holding back from sharing your truth, from sharing your true authenticity with your voice, whether that is speaking or singing, maybe not singing, but speaking, or maybe even writing. That is what's making you feel exhausted and drained. I want you to sense into your throat, and I want you to write, journal, or speak, or even like Jen was saying, like voice note or voice text, or you know what I mean, text type, you know what I mean, and just get it all out. I feel like there's loads that you need to get out of your throat chakra, and I think that's going to really help you, and that's going to give you clarity and also some information about where you need to go with your spirituality. I just thinking something else was coming through then. Interesting. What's that about? Let me just pick a moment. I'll try not to be too long on this, but what's interesting is that I'm getting ducks. So specific. What are they trying to tell me about ducks? Something about ducks. You used to enjoy being around ducks when you were very young. Comment and let me know if I'm right around this. And something about this playful joyfulness that you've lost in your life, and you need to come back to that. Spend time in nature, or meditate on when you used to go and be in the park around kind of ducks. It's really, really specific. Or you should play with ducks. This is important. Playful childhood kind of inner child work is going to be important for you. I love so specific. I love it.
I like that. Yes, I have to know, DJ, in the chat if ducks resonate with you. Right, another super chat from the Reesway. When you have an intuitive knowing about information you haven't been told, right? Is it normal to question on whether it's made up? Thank you. I mean, that's a deep, but a question I have to know.
Oh,
Is
yeah, go on.
one, is it normal to question whether it's made up? And two, if it's information on other people that you know can be quite damaging, can you share it?
Oh, Jen, yes, you just made it juicy. I'm sorry, my voice, juicy. My voice is going now. Okay, what a fantastic question. I get asked this kind of thing quite a lot. If I were to lead like a big mass like meditation or shamanic journey, it's very normal to question whether this is made up, because as I mentioned, we are spiritual beings living a human experience, a human existence, but with that comes a logical mind, a conscious mind, and also, I mean, there's so much I can say around this, but I'll try and make it succinct. It was normal for us, especially I want to say for women, it was very normal for women over the last kind of 1,000 years or longer to suppress our psychicness, suppress things that we know intuitively. So it never felt safe to trust that. So know that it's very normal, and the logical part of your mind, it'd be interesting to know what your astrology is, will be kind of maybe masking that. Keep coming back to your truth, keep knowing what feels right inside you. Jen, your question is really interesting. And I've had this before in readings when I've given someone a reading. And for example, I know that, for example, it's going to be hard for them to conceive a child, or I know that something actually maybe it's not going to go well for them, etc., etc. It's asking yourself, if this is going to help this person by me telling them, am I doing it out of a place of love or a place of fear? And that's the question you need to ask. But it's hard when you know stuff about people. I have that a lot. And it's a challenging thing. So
I love that. Right. Your first confirmation of the evening. Yes, I used to catch baby ducks and release them as a toddler. My sons love ducks too. That is specific, Emily.
Beautiful.
So guys, just remember that. Emily knows.
I know about the ducks. I love that. It was so interesting because Spirit was like, there's something else this person needs to know, just to give them a bit of evidence, confirmation. It was so clear. So there we go. I'm glad it came through.
Ducks, man, that's great. But right. So next question of the evening. Oh, God, deep. Do you think there will be World War III, Emily? When she thinks
Oh gosh. Don't hold me to anything, please. Really interesting question. Let me just sense into this. There's a few kind of levels and layers to this, because I feel like a World War III would be, well, I think the World War that we had for World War I and II, and even the Cold War, we're not going to have in the same way again. But so my first initial kind of simple answer is no. But my caveat is that, as I mentioned earlier, this kind of increasing polarity is going to want to cause more and more divisiveness amongst us as people, as humans. And we need to get to a point where we are strong enough in ourselves that we can let someone else's opinion be someone else's opinion. Obviously, when we get into war and warfare, it's a slightly different picture, but I'm just being told to bring it back to that polarity, finding your truth, finding what feels right within you. And I feel like a World War III is not on the cards. But I do sense there will definitely be aggression between countries. There will be increased violence to a degree as well. So yeah, that's my sense on it. Sharon.
Unmuted again. Thank you, Sharon, for the super chat. Emily, what do you feel for the start of the year for me?
Exciting times, Sharon. Okay, what I'm being shown, Sharon, is like a net. It's like almost like let me just see what this net is going to be. It's meant to be about. Is it jump on the net will appear? Yes. Okay, they're showing me a net because I don't know if you've had this phrase, jump and the net will appear, or jump and the well, that's the phrase, jump and the net will appear. There's something inside of you, Sharon, that you need to go for, a niggle that is calling you, whether it's career or something you need to tell someone, or like something important you need to share. And I want you to jump and know that the universe will catch you. Know that you need to take a risk, and what's on the other side of that risk is like rainbows and flowers and abundance. I want you to be really brave, and that's what I'm sensing for you. And you will know what this is. I'm giving you the green light to jump, and the net will appear.
Jump, jump, jump. Sorry, Sean popped your music up for the Chico. Right. I'm going to ask the chat then. So tonight,
ask them what they want.
What do you want tonight? This is about you. So this is not about me and Em. We are here to entertain, to help, to heal, to be a friend. So this evening, would you like one in the chat, please, for a meditation, a healing, calming meditation? Or put a 2 in the chat if you would like to witness what a Shiko is. It will involve me getting up and dancing. So 1 in the chat for the peaceful, quiet meditation, healing meditation, or a 2 in the chat for a little taster of a Shiko, which it will involve you guys dancing as well. So
not loads of dancing, just a bit of a shaking out your shadow.
It's shaking out energies from your body. I'm just going to make sure I've cleared some space. Yes, I've cleared some space. Are you all ready? Right. I'm seeing all these 2s in the chat.
Yeah.
So Sean Atwood, 2. Of course he has, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, look at these. And he's commenting for me. How on earth is he doing that? Look. I didn't like that. I think that might be good.
Ooh,
if we could do the dance and then incorporate the chill.
I love that.
All
Which I
of
generally always do.
in the chat, put a 3. You're going to get up and dance with me then?
I'm just going to watch you.
Let's do 3. If you're going to participate, I'm not just doing this for the good of my house. Put a 3 in the chat. Oh, sure.
Everyone to give it a go. Yeah, of course. I encourage everyone to try it. It will be simple, but it was so powerful to shake out any energetic blocks that you have, any shadow that you have, so you can raise your frequency. So yeah, great.
Perfect. We will get on that very soon. We've got another super chat from the Reese Way. Thank you so much. I presume your name's Reese, so thank you so much, Reese. Any suggestion on healing ancestral trauma? I've got a suggestion for it, but it's called grandmother medicine, and I can't advertise it on this podcast.
If you know what that is. Yes. Yes.
I'll let you take that one, Emily. I'm just going to stretch
absolutely.
my legs.
I'm also ready for Shiko. And also I would say, Reese, do the Shiko in a moment, because it will really, and if you feel like you know where that ancestral trauma is in your body, and if you just kind of connect to it now, you will know, it will be kind of clear to you, and that will really, really help. Okay. So the Shiko is great for moving out your energetic blocks, but also it can specifically help with ancestral trauma as well. It will move ancestral trauma. It will move just trauma from your own life. So know that. So try it now and see how you feel. Jen getting ready. She's getting ready. I might have to put a bit more light on in a bit when we go for it.
Right. You've got another super chat here as I was up there from Nancy Ray. Thank you for the super chat. So what changes do you see me making in 2025?
Interesting, Nancy. No pressure. I'm sensing that this is a season for you to come back to your body, to heal your body, to nourish your body through nutrition, I think a little bit, but also connecting to, I sense you've got some emotional kind of, I want to say baggage or storage, like down, like through your like solar plexus down into your kind of like sacral. I'm sensing this is going to be a big year of clearing that out for you, and that you'll also see that in your physical body as well. Again, like, again, not to plug, but try the movement in a moment and see how that makes you feel. But most importantly, I want you to really come home to your body this year, and hope that helps.
Yeah. And how much time do we need, Emily, to prep for this?
We'll just do 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So yeah, 5 more minutes a question, guys. Send it in. Love a super chat. Obviously, you get started. Just saying. Right. Misinformation. I want to see Sean dance too.
Yes.
100%. I will get Sean to do this next week if he will not participate now. I know he's going live with Lionel at 10, so that's on next after this show. So yeah, you tune in next week to the show to see Sean do a Shiko. Right, perfect. So let's get.
Oh, thanks, Lofty. That's nice.
Yeah, here we go, Pam. I'm in a wheelchair, so I can't get up. How do we deal with this?
Yes, fantastic question, Pam. I'm really glad you asked that. So when I'm basically going to direct you to a place in your body that has the shadow, okay? I've worked with people who are not kind of able-bodied, okay, and also been in chairs. The way you can work with this is with your breath. So there'll be some movements that you can do with your upper body, okay? But if there's anything through the lower body, okay, I want you just to focus on your breath and breathing into the part of you that is holding the energetic block. Now that the breath in itself is just as powerful. I had a really good friend of mine do Shiko completely lying down without doing that much movement and focusing on the breath, and it was just as powerful. So I hope that helped, Pam. Hope that helps, Pam. Love to you.
Thank you. So we got another question. Does Sean like dancing with you too, Jen? Do you know what? He loves to dance. Like, obviously his naughty taking days are well in the past, obviously, when he got incarcerated back in 2002 off the top of my head. So his E, so we have to call it that, is dance. He loves his EDM and he loves dance music, and we do go dancing together. I absolutely think it's the answer to a good relationship. If you can dance with them, you will succeed.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm going to throw in a couple of questions out. So Lisa Lecky, will I be able to tap into my psychic abilities this year? Lisa Lecky.
Yes. Yes, you will, but know that you have to address, I sense that there's almost like energetically you're putting a hand over your third eye out of fear, and I want you to really work on the fear. And you can use that now when we move into Shiko. You can focus on the fear in your third eye and breathe and move that out of you, or you can do it with journaling or with any other kind of energetic healing. I want you to really focus on removing the fear from that third eye. So you remove that mask. Sean, you remove that mask, and then of course it's almost like that's going to flood in for you. So know that you have to address that, and it will come. Sean's ready to dance. Exactly.
Right, should we get the groove on then?
We'll start. What we'll do is we can start sitting down just to begin, and then we'll stand up. So we'll just do a moment just to center, and then I'll tell you when to put the tunes on, DJ Jen, if that's okay.
Right, I'm going to, let me reposition some of this. I am going, because this is my first time, please bear with, guys. Right, where's that gone?
Make sure that you can see me. If I stand up, just going to check that you can see me. If I stand up, I might have to put, oh, that's okay, people can see me. Great, you see all my pink?
Where's it gone? Right. I think Sean's got to help me, because the only one I can put that in, but I'm going to put you there. 1 minute. No.
We've got to love a bit of tech, everyone.
Sean, I know he's watching. Sean, you're going to have to come in and assist.
We want you to come and dance, Sean. We want you to come and dance.
I can't figure this out. No. Tech genius, no.
You're doing great, babes. Okay. You're doing great.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you for all the lovely comments this evening.
Thank you so much.
It's lovely. So, yes, please head over while we've got a moment while we wait for Sean. Please head over to Emily's links, and we need Emily Big Sean. He's just put that up. Right. So,
I love this.
I don't have control of it because he does, because I'm not. That's why. So yes, Sean has to do this. Right, it's not my fault.
You're smashing it, babes.
Please head over to Emily's links, which will be in the side chat, in the description box below this video, and please support the work she does. And obviously, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. So yes, Sean, take it away. I don't know what he's doing.
DJ Sean. Well, we can do it. Let's do it. We can do it with. Oh, there we go. I can hear that. Can you hear that? All right, everyone.
Please put one in the chat.
Yeah, amazing. All right, so we're going to start. DJ Sean, if you can turn it down a tiny bit, that would be amazing. All right, everyone.
It's going to work, that one.
We'll try. Everyone, close down your eyes for me for a moment, and I want you to really feel into your body. I want you to take a nice deep full breath in through your nose. And a big full breath out through your mouth. Good. Just focus on your breath. That's all we're going to do to start. And if DJ Sean or DJ Jen could just have the track on loop, that would be fantastic. Okay, that would be great. Good.
Right,
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. The track on loop would be amazing. So everyone, just continue to breathe deeply in through your nose and out through your nose. And as you breathe, everyone, I want you to take your whole focus to your whole entire body. Focus your attention on your whole entire body. So notice the inside of your body, the outside of your body. I want you to imagine that a light has come on inside of your body. The inside of your body is full of a beautiful, brilliant light, like a white light or any color. Notice how this makes you feel. And continue to breathe. Now we're going to start to connect to any energetic blocks you might have in your system, any shadow that you might have in your system. Okay, this is linked to any repressed emotion that you've held down, or emotion that you've picked up, or ancestral trauma, or entities, or anything. I'm going to give you each a question. I want you to repeat this question in your head or out loud. You're going to repeat this question in your head or out loud. I want you to trust the first answer that comes, okay? Trust the first answer that comes. And we ideally are looking for a specific part of your body. We're looking for a specific part of your body. The question I have for all of you tonight, or whenever you're watching this, is what shadow is blocking my light? What shadow is blocking my light? Good. I want you to notice the first answer that comes. Great. Hopefully you've all got a place in your body. It might be a big place, it might be a shoulder, an arm, a finger, it might be your face, who knows. And now we're going to stand up, everyone. Okay, Jen, you ready?
Yes.
The cardi is coming off. Well done.
On.
All right, so everyone, take your feet about hip width apart. If you are sat, you can do this sat as well. You don't have to stand up. Soften your knees, and I want you to, each of you, just take a very gentle kind of bounce from side to side. Now you can do this with your, this is amazing. You can do this with your, just with your knees or with your hips, or if you are sat down in a chair, you can just move your chest from side to side. I want you to keep doing that and close down your eyes for me. Yes, I love that Jen is here, she's ready. Everyone close down your eyes or soften your gaze. I want you to start to take all your focus into the part of you that held the shadow, was holding the shadow, whether it's your shoulder, your hand, your foot, your knee. I want you to breathe deeply into this part of you. This is step 2. We're going to feel into the shadow. For this shadow, for this energetic block to move, you have to feel into it. So everyone keep breathing. We're going to go through the music. Music on loop, please. DJ, keep breathing. And I want you to feel into this part of you that's holding the shadow and feel any emotion that's rising to the surface. We're going to stay here, just bouncing from side to side. You might get distracted by thoughts, by memories, by the screen. I want you to keep your focus on the part of you that's holding the shadow, and breathe deep. Breathe in, breathe out. Doing so well. Breathe in. Breathe out. Any emotion that wants to rise up, any anger, any crying, anything at all, maybe any other movements that want to calm, you want to shake, you want to make sounds, you want to sigh. This is not about looking perfect. This is about moving this shadow out of your body. Yes, nice work. Yes, keep breathing. We're going to be here just for 30 more seconds. Can you feel the part of you that's holding the shadow a little bit more? Can you breathe a little bit deeper? Good. We're just going to be here for 15 more seconds. Good. Allow that emotion to rise. You are safe to feel that emotion. You are safe for that emotional block to move through you. We're going to be here just for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, everyone, keep the gentle bounce from side to side. Glance up at your screen for a moment. Good. You're doing. Keep bouncing. So we're going to move into the next step. We're going to move this out of us a little bit more. We're almost there, everyone. What we're going to do now, we're going to take a twist from side to side, and then we're going to reach our arms up and down. That's basically it. I'm going to guide you through. Okay, everyone, close your eyes. Soften your gaze, bring your focus back to the part of you that's holding the shadow, and just take a twist from side to side. Twist, twist. Just twisting side to side wherever you are. Keep your knees soft. Twist, twist. This is basically moving and transmuting the energetic block out of you. You're doing so well, everyone. Just keep going. Twist and twist. Yes, nice work. Good. Twist, twist, twist. From here, we're going to reach up and down.
Don't care what you look like, just do it.
No, exactly. It's not choreography. It's not about looking pretty or perfect. It's about moving the energy out of you. Okay, let's just go for 4. Good. 3. Nice. 2, 1. Lift the arms up and down. We're going to lift and drop quite quick. Lift and drop. Good, lift and drop, that's it. So if you want to add in any more movements, if you want to shape, if you want to add sound, follow your body. Know that I'm just kind of setting a bit of a guideline for you. As you are moving the arms up and down or doing whatever you feel right to do in this moment, I want you to keep your focus in the part of you that is holding the shadow. Keep your focus in the part of you that is holding the shadow. You might see memories, you might feel an energetic shift, you might see a shift. We're just going to be here just for 8 more, everyone. 8, 7, 6. Can you feel into the shadow a little bit more? Just for 5. Doing so well. Good. 4. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Find some stillness, everyone. Take your hands to your body. Find stillness. You can stay standing or you can come back to sit. Find stillness. Yes, Jen has got rhythm. Take your hands to your body. Good. Take your hands to your body, maybe hand to heart, hand to belly, or hands to your knees. And I want you to, everyone, feel the support of your hands beneath or hands on top of your body and your body beneath your hands. Take a deep, full breath in. Big exhale out. Notice how you feel in this moment. Do you feel an energy shift? Did anything shift for you? I want you in this moment to imagine someone beside you that you trust more than anything in the whole world. If you had someone beside you that you trust more than anyone in the whole world, who would that person be? And how would they make you feel? And continue to breathe really deeply in through your nose and out through your nose. And I want you just for the last time to take your attention to the part of your body that was holding the shadow. And we're going to set an intention, set an action. This should be something short that you can do over the next 24 hours, something small and actionable. Ask the part of your body that held the shadow, say to it, what should my action be? What should my action be? And you might get a little bit of information, you might get loads of information. An action could be an affirmation, it could be writing, it could be dancing some more, it could be telling a friend how you found this. And when you're ready, take a nice deep full breath in and a big full breath out. And you can open your eyes when you're ready. Well done, everyone. I really encourage everyone to write down, to journal, like either on your phone or in a journal, how you found that experience. Let us know in the chat, how did you find that? That was a very short taster. Normally we do like half an hour to like 45 minutes to longer. Shadow left through your mouth. That's amazing. I love that. That's incredible. The shadow can be everywhere. It can be literally baby finger, big toe, your head. Anyone's got any questions, let us know. I hope you enjoyed that. That was wild, relaxed, good, amazing. I love doing that with you, Jen. That was great. I love. How did you find doing it on screen? You did so well.
Oh, thank you.
How are you feeling, Jen? How are you feeling?
I feel honestly that gave me a bit of energy I needed actually today, because yeah, it's been a tough week with Ziggy being ill, but thank you. I started feeling it. I could use a long session of that for sure. Yes, misinformation. Head over to Emily's links are in the description box below this video. Head over to it, and yeah, check out her Chico classes. 100%. You will not be disappointed.
My right shoulder, amazing.
Yeah, my dancing's awful.
I'm That's good.
There, Garden of the Galaxy. You've earned yourself one bite of a chocolate bar. Yeah. My foot got really cold where it left on my right side.
Amazing.
Sarah, so
lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
If you could put in the comment box below this video when the video ends, how you think we can improve the show for you, lovely viewers. We're here for you. We're here to serve you. Just let us know. Any ideas, chuck them over. I will put my email address in the description box below this video. Sorry, the doors are slamming in my house. God knows what's going on. Yes, but yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Oh, beautiful.
This evening. I think we're going to be doing a competition next week as well, but there'll be more on that next week. So yes, I think Sean is now about to go live with Lionel for tonight's show. So yeah, thank you everyone for sticking with us.
Thank you. Thank you. I love that we did a Shiko. That was so
Enjoying
fun.
my terrible dance moves there, but yeah, I look forward to seeing you next week at our regular time of 8 p.m. on a Monday. Thank you and good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.